$100 million contracts, luxury mansions, and throwing it all away by rigging his own games? This is Terry Rozier's insane lifestyle. Terry William Rozier III was born March 17, 1994 in Youngstown, Ohio. Terry Rozier's father, Terry Rozier Jr., was first arrested for aggravated robbery when Lil Terry was just 2 months old, leading to him serving 8 years in prison. Later, after being released, he was sentenced to another 13 years in prison for kidnapping and robbery related to an incident where one of his accomplices was unalived when the victim started fighting back and a firearm went off. Terry's mother, Gina Tucker, raised him and his sister, Tredasia, on her own in Youngstown before sending them to live with their grandmother, Amanda. Terry had to move with his grandmother in Shaker Heights when he was 6 due to threats on Lil Terry's life from his father's criminal associates. At first, the young Rozier struggled with the change and missed his mom, but over time, he grew close to his grandmother, Amanda, who worked tirelessly to give him the chance to succeed. But despite his rough upbringing in the hood, from the day he was born, basketball was in Terry's blood. His paternal grandfather was none other than Clifford Rozier, who played in the NBA for the Golden State Warriors and appeared in 173 games during his career. The pedigree and talent was absolutely there from the beginning. Growing up near hard edges and real-life struggles, Rozier found basketball as both escapism and motivation. He attended Shaker Heights High in Ohio, where he absolutely dominated, man, averaging 25.6 points, 6.5 rebounds, 4.5 assists, and 4.7 steals per game. He led the team to a 21-3 record and the regional semifinals in the playoff. After he graduated, he played a postgraduate year at Hargrave Military Academy, where he averaged a crazy 29.3 points, 7.8 rebounds, and 5.6 assists per game. These eye-popping numbers allowed Rozier to earn himself a scholarship at the University of Louisville, where he starred under coach Rick Pitino. And he ended up playing there for 3 years during the height of that Louisville program, developing underdog's instincts that would follow him into the pros. However, it wasn't all roses and daisies. Back in 2015, Terry Rozier's name surfaced in the Louisville recruiting scandal, where infamously a 42-year-old self-proclaimed former escort wrote a book on all the Louisville players from that era who reportedly regularly had sex and drug-filled parties scheduled for them by team staffers. What's even crazier is this former escort openly admitted to pimping herself out and her daughter for prospective recruits to consider Louisville over other rivals. Said Rozier, "I don't want to talk about it. I was already committed before I took my visit. I will say though, Coach Rick Pitino, as far as the dorm situations, I can say his nose is clean." Wow. So in that quote, he didn't exactly deny that what the escort said in the book wasn't true, but at least he vouched for Coach P not being involved, man. Interesting. In the 2015 NBA draft, Rozier was selected 16th overall by the Boston Celtics. He started off as a bench player and eventually made a name for himself when he absolutely torched Eric Bledsoe on the Milwaukee Bucks when filling in for an injured Kyrie Irving in the 2018 playoffs. He became a full-time starter in Charlotte and later for the Miami Heat, and built a reputation in the league as a show-stopping, if sometimes weirdly inefficient, highlight reel factory named Scary Terry, unafraid, aggressive, and clutch when it mattered. But this is where things take a weird turn. In October 2025, Rozier was arrested by the FBI in Orlando as part of a sweeping federal probe into illegal gambling and betting within professional sports. Prosecutors alleged that Rozier leaked insider information about his own status and potential injuries to a private gambling ring, which allowed others to profit by betting the unders on his games. One example cited was a March 2023 matchup in which Rozier exited early with a foot injury, a game that saw unusual betting activity beforehand. The investigation didn't stop with him. Former NBA All-Star, NBA champion, and current Blazers coach Chauncey Billups was charged in an unrelated underground poker ring case, while ex-NBA player Damon Jones was tied to both gambling and money laundering operations. All three men were arrested within 24 hours of each other in what the FBI called the largest sports betting sting since the Tim Donaghy scandal, and Rozier and the others' sizable salaries have been placed in escrow accounts pending the investigation. Rozier faces charges of conspiracy to commit wire fraud and money laundering, both of which carry potential prison time if convicted. The NBA has placed him on indefinite suspension, and he's reportedly cooperating with investigators while maintaining his innocence through his legal team. Gambling on his own games for just a few petty $1,000s when he's got millions? How did we get here? Let's get straight to the pocket net worth. Before the controversy, Terry Rozier was sitting comfortably with an estimated net worth of $10 million. But while for regular people like you and me that seems like a lot of money, that net worth is shockingly low when you think about he signed a 4-year $96.2 million deal with the Charlotte Hornets in 2021 that was 100% guaranteed. His average salary of $24 million per season ranked among the league's best for non-all-stars. So how the heck is this guy's net worth only $10 million? His lifetime NBA earnings already exceed $130 million, and those gargantuan income numbers beg the question, why the hell was Rozier risking a 9-figure bag in ultra ultra-rich lifestyle for some petty few thousands in rigged gambling proceeds, allegedly. Well, according to 2023 documents we procured from the IRS, Rozier was yet another case of a high-profile athlete who has earned millions upon millions and yet still found themselves stretched to their financial limit. Terry Rozier owed over $8.2 million in unpaid income tax from all the way back in 2021. The IRS filed a $8.2 million tax lien against Rozier in November 2023, which interestingly lined up to just months after the federal government alleges Rozier took himself out of a game to profit from sports bets placed on his performance. This is all speculation at this point, and bro is innocent until proven guilty. But it looks an awful lot like Terry fell on hard times financially and had to resort to desperate means to keep up with the Joneses. Sadly, this is a common theme with major athletes in pro sports. An estimated 60% of NBA players and 78% of NFL players go broke within 5 years of retiring from the league. So although it's hard to imagine for a lot of us, terrible spending habits and keeping up with the insanely expensive lifestyles as a norm can catch up with even the richest. What's even more shocking about this generational bag fumble is that Terry wasn't just getting checks from his game salary. He also had tons of endorsements. Scary Terry has had several endorsement partners over the years. Early in his career, he signed with Adidas, but later shifted to Puma, appearing in ad campaigns and sneaker promos alongside young NBA stars like LaMelo Ball and RJ Barrett. He's also collaborated with lifestyle brands such as Bleacher Report, PSD, underwear, and body armor. His signature collabs often lead into his nickname, featuring dark comic book style visuals, horror-inspired fonts, and dramatic cuts. It's been reported that he earned over $25 million from endorsements alone in the last 6 years. And what's crazy is that wasn't the only money that Terry was making. He also had bread coming in from invest. Again, this fall from grace from 9-figure earnings to alleged desperate gambling schemes is made even more surprising by the fact that Terry has himself, or maybe had now, a decent-sized investment portfolio. He had been quietly investing in real estate across North Carolina and Florida, targeting suburban rental homes and small apartment complexes. In 2023, he was listed as a silent investor in Ape Fuel, an energy drink startup targeting young athletes. He also dabbled in cryptocurrency and NFTs. But for every athlete who's blown anywhere near $100 million earned, there's often a key ingredient every single time: obscenely expensive mansions. Rozier's main property is a sleek $5.8 million mansion just outside of Miami, which he purchased in early 2024 after being traded to the Heat. The 9,500 square foot home sits right on the water and features 6 bedrooms and 8 bathrooms, each with Italian marble finishes, a home theater with a 150-inch screen and seating for 12, an indoor basketball half court emblazoned with his T3 logo, a glass wall gym, an infinity pool, and an outdoor kitchen with ocean views. 8 bathrooms, man? How many dumps do you need? His previous property in Charlotte was a 6,200 square foot estate in the Ballantine neighborhood, which sold in 2023 for roughly $3.2 million. Sources close to Rozier claim he also owns a condo in Los Angeles valued around $1.4 million, used for off-season workouts and brand meetings. But we all know there's another key ingredient in the financial disaster recipe for elite athletes that goes with mansions like PB&J: cars. Rozier's garage is one of the flashiest in the NBA. Here's what my guy has been spotted driving: a Lamborghini Urus 2024, a white luxury SUV powered by a 4.0-liter twin-turbo V8 pushing 657 horsepower. This whip hits 0 to 60 miles per hour in 3.3 seconds and costs around $260,000. 260 grand? You could pay my student loans off with a third of that, bro. Next up is a Rolls-Royce Cullinan, his daily driver for the Miami streets. This beast runs about $400,000 and features a bespoke Scary Terry headrest embroidery. Talk about luxury, man. Next up is a Mercedes AMG GT63S, the coupe version, and this car has pure speed: 630 horsepower, 0 to 60 in 3.1 seconds, and a sleek matte black wrap. Price tag on this bad boy is $200,000. And if that wasn't enough, my guy also has a custom Polaris slingshot when he wants to feel like he's saving the whales. Rumored to cost around $56,000, this whip is painted bright red with his jersey number 3 across the hood. My guy Terry's not just about driving fast, he's about turning heads while doing it. But for all his flash, Rozier has always been big on giving back. So let's put out some positive vibes for my dude and highlight some of Terry's charity. Rozier launched the Terry Rozier Foundation several years ago, which focuses on empowering single-parent households and funding local basketball programs in Ohio and North Carolina. Dude frequently returns to Youngstown to host youth camps and giveaways, handing out shoes, school supplies, sometimes even rent checks to struggling struggling families. In 2022, Rozier partnered with the Boys and Girls Club of America to donate over $100,000 worth of sports equipment to inner city gyms. He's also funded scholarships for students that graduate from his alma mater, Shaker Heights High. Even while fighting legal battles, Terry has vowed that the foundation will continue operating through his mother and sister. Despite the narratives, my guy is determined to continue to give back. But wait a minute, man. Even with all these different things we already talked about, that doesn't add up to $100 million. There's gotta be some lucky shawty in his life spending some of them checks, man. Let's check out his love life. Rozier's longtime girlfriend is Ashley Bishop, a model and entrepreneur who's been by his side since his Charlotte days. The couple reportedly met in 2019 at a charity gala and have one young son together, Terry Rozier IV, born in 2023. Ashley manages a fashion boutique in Miami called AB by Ashley B, specializing in women's luxury streetwear. She's also been instrumental in helping my guy navigate the media frenzy surrounding his arrest, often posting supportive messages on social media such as, "We stand on truth, not rumors." Before Ashley, Rozier kept his dating life pretty private. It's safe to say my guy was in these streets, man. And based on what we know about bro from his little Louisville trip that he didn't deny taking, my guy don't mind spending a little bit of time with a lady of the evening. But regardless of what he was up to before, here's hoping that my dude beats the case and these allegations are not true and my guy can get back to balling on the court and cashing them millions off the court. That's all for now, guys. Like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video. Peace.